You've probably heard the term digital agency thrown around a million times, right? But what do they actually do these days? It's way more than just building websites. So to get to the bottom of it, we're going to deconstruct a real agency, DaPros, and see exactly how they take a business goal and turn it into real, measurable growth.
So, right on their website, you find their core mission, turning business goals into impactful digital solutions. I mean, that sounds great. It's a powerful statement, but it's also a huge promise. And it makes you wonder, yeah, what does it really take to pull that off? How do you actually connect a business goal, something like, we just need more sales, to a digital solution that actually, delivers? That's the puzzle we're going to piece together. Okay, so the first piece of that puzzle starts with a pretty fundamental shift in how you think about the relationship. It's all about being an ally, not just another vendor. And you can see it right in the words they use. DaPros doesn't call themselves a service provider. They call themselves a strategic ally. And look, that's not just some corporate buzzword. It means they're aiming for a much deeper partnership, blending strategy, marketing, tech, and creative into one package to basically become part of their client's team. All right, let's get to the part you can actually see, the modern website. For pretty much any business, this is your front door, your first impression. But as you're about to see, there's a whole lot more going on under the hood than just a pretty design. So what even makes a website modern today? It's got to look good for sure, but it also has to be super functional. It absolutely needs to be optimized for search engines, that's your SEO, otherwise how will anyone ever find you? Of course, it has to work flawlessly on any device, from a giant monitor to a tiny phone. And on the back end, the boring but crucial stuff, it has to be secure, lightning fast, and ready to grow. But here's the real kicker. All of that, every single piece, is laser-focused on one thing, turning visitors into customers.
But here's the thing. A great website is kind of like an island. It can't really thrive all on its own. It needs to be part of a bigger system. And that brings us to this next big idea, the complete digital ecosystem.
And like any strong building, it all starts with a rock-solid foundation. In the digital world, that foundation is your branding and graphic design. We're talking way more than just a logo here. This is about figuring out the very soul of the brand and making it something people can connect with and remember. So, once that brand foundation is set in stone, you build the actual structure on top of it. That's the website and e-commerce development. This is where you take that brand story, that feeling, and turn it into a real, working, digital experience that people can interact with.
Okay, so you've got a killer brand and a beautiful website. Now what? You need to get people in the door, and that's where integral marketing strategies come in. This is everything: SEO, social media, content, ads, all working together, not in silos, but as a coordinated effort to drive people to the site and nudge them towards becoming a customer.
And the secret sauce that powers this whole ecosystem, the thing that makes everything smarter and way more efficient, well, that's applied artificial intelligence.
And no, this isn't some sci-fi movie stuff. We're talking about real-world tools that make a huge difference. Think about chatbots that give customers instant answers, or using data to actually predict what the market might do next. The whole point is to streamline operations and, most importantly, to help businesses make smart decisions based on actual data instead of just a gut feeling.
Okay, so this all sounds really impressive, right? A strategic ally, a complete ecosystem, AI. But talk is cheap. Does any of this actually work? Well, that brings us to the most important part. The proof is in the pudding. Let's look at some real-world examples. First up, a client called Wine.co. They needed an e-commerce platform specifically for booking events. The result? Well, the founder said, since the launch, our reservations have increased by 60%. A 60% jump. Just think about that. That's not a small bump. That's a massive, tangible return you can trace right back to the new platform. Okay, here's another one. Crudo Interior. They make high-end custom furniture, and they needed a website that really screamed quality and craftsmanship. So what happened? The owner put it simply, thanks to this platform, my online sales have increased by 70%. 70! Once again, you can draw a direct line from a smart, well-executed digital strategy straight to a huge boost in the company's bottom line. And this last one, this one is really powerful. They built a platform to connect farmers directly with buyers, aiming to help a whole community. The result? Since its implementation, we have managed to triple the sales of our farmers. I mean, tripling sales. That's not just business growth. That's genuine, life-changing transformation for those farmers. So when you step back and look at all of this, the mindset, the ecosystem, these incredible results, what's the one big takeaway? What's the thread that ties it all together? It's simple, really. Strategy is everything.
What this all proves is that a powerful digital presence isn't built by ordering off a menu. You know, I'll have one website, a site of social media, and some SEO to go. No way. It comes from a single, cohesive plan where every single element, the brand, the tech, the marketing, the AI, is all working together in harmony to hit a specific business goal. That's the difference between just having a box of tools and actually having a strategy.
And that really just leaves us with one last crucial question for you to think about. When you look at your own digital efforts, do you see them as an expense, just another cost on a spreadsheet, or do you see them as a true investment, an engine that's actually supposed to drive growth? Because as we've just seen, how you answer that question, well, that changes absolutely everything.